So guys, this is the new Porsche Cayenne, which means pepper. So Cayenne actually means pepper, and this actually is red chili, and that is what they expected it to be as long as you go by the name. But for me, like many other people, Porsches have always been something out of a video game, you know, coupes, sports cars, going around corners, drifting, you know, stuff like that. But way back in 2002, Porsche decided to unveil its SUV. When the Urus and all the other super SUVs were not there, they did something unthinkable. And that actually proved to be a huge success. In fact, I'm pretty surprised that why did not other manufacturers catch on making super SUVs? I mean, supercar manufacturers, sports car manufacturers. But nevertheless, we are talking about the Cayenne here, and very frankly, this is my second Porsche ever that I've driven. I've driven a lot of performance cars, but this one is the second Porsche. The first one was actually, I think, the Porsche 911 on a racetrack in Las Vegas. I'm not an SUV guy. I like sports cars, I like sports bikes. I like them to stick to the ground. But what they've done with the Porsche Cayenne is not bad. I mean, of course, the main selling point of these cars is the utility, as we all know. It's a 5-door, it's got enough ground clearance, it can probably go anywhere you want, but you would probably not dare to take it because it costs a lot of money, especially here in India. So this one, I think it's around 1.8 crores, and you have to keep adding stuff to it, which makes its price go up and up and up until it reaches the already stratospheric heights. But just to give you an example, which you might already heard in many other videos, is like if you want special alloys wheels with this sort of a paint, it costs you around 8 lakh rupees. The red seat belt which you see is around 1.5 lakh rupees, and it just keeps on racking up. So these are called mods or options. So when you choose your base Cayenne, you have to keep adding them, and that is insane. That's like, so this in effect should be around 2.2 crores if I'm not wrong. Talking about the engine, it's V6 twin turbo, 370 odd horsepower, and 500 Newton meters of torque approximately. But it actually feels a little bit more. It feels like a sports car that, you know, all Porsche should. The suspension was absolutely sublime. You know, it's got air suspension, and they have recently upgraded it as well. It was beautiful over the potholes. It's like the potholes don't even exist, you know, and it's just, you know, press the accelerator and the car used to go gliding over it. It's like, it was amazing, you know. So unfortunately, the kind of place that we live in, it only can offer you straights and maybe few roundabouts. But I'm pretty sure that this can take corners like anyone's business. In fact, I know that a lot of people swear by the Cayenne. If they want a sports SUV, they would go for this. But if I had this kind of money, obviously, you know, I would first go for a Porsche coupe, like a proper sports car, and then I would think, you know, if I have enough money left, to go for something like this. The competition in this segment is really heating up, as you know, but the other super SUVs, you know, they are much more expensive. In fact, Porsche doesn't even have the higher end Cayennes here yet in India, as far as I know. Now, what I actually love about this car is that, especially, you know, compared to the previous model, is that they have made the front a little bit more sharper, you know, and that is how I like it. The rear also looks quite beautiful with the horizon lights. I just love this. In fact, this is the perfect SUV that you would want to take if you want power, especially in the Indian mountainsides. And you know, you can go do off-roading, you don't need to worry about potholes, nothing, and it will overtake anything on the road. without a problem. If you love Porsches but you don't have enough money to buy a true blue Porsche sports car, this is not the option for you. The Macan is there, you know, I mean, you can actually own a Porsche because now they want to expand like every other company into different segments. I've never driven a Macan. I am not motivated to do so personally because for me, Porsches are always something out of Porsche Unleashed that I used to play a lot, and that is what it should be in my memory. Porsche is doing right by coming out with SUVs like this. In fact, all the companies, they have to, because this is what the market demands. And you know, you have to keep the whole cash flow running, the models, you know, going out of the factory, people buying them, and every car on the road itself acts like a marketing tool, you know. So that is also something which is very interesting if you talk about these kind of brands, because they market for themselves, you know, when you see them on the road, and you never know like who's looking at this, and subliminally that seed is seeded in their minds that one day I'm going to get a Porsche. This red Cayenne on the road, it was looking so beautiful under the rain in Delhi, and boy, you know, one day I'm going to make it. So this is how you buy all these brands. And yeah, one day I would definitely want to own a Porsche, but a proper sports one.